Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's economic update and market summary. Let's have a look as we close in on the US election on what lies ahead for us for the next period of time. Let me see if we can stop that at all. Let's get in and have a look at the Forex Factory to start with. That might be via there now. We'll come back. Sorry about that, guys. Look, today it is Tuesday. It's Japanese bank holiday. At an hour and a half from now, 11:30 a.m., we're in Singapore time. We can see the clock according to this is 9:57 a.m. And I'll just make sure that's right. That is right, actually. We've got the Aussie interest rates, and really this is where the fireworks starts for the week. We'll watch this with real interest. A lot of discussion around whether this is going to see a cut or not. The RBA is signalling that stimulus will be required after the lockdown. The lockdown's starting to end. This does appear to be the time, but will they wait for a little while and see if normal market brings some reaction? And look, if we have a look at the RBA cash rate here, we'll just click on the box and open it up. The last one in October 6th, and the next release is the 1st of December. And this will be the question now. Do they start and leave it too late, too close to Christmas for this kind of stuff? I'm not sure. I'm 50-50 on the rate to cut. I'll watch it with some interest. US presidential election starts in the US day on Tuesday and run through the Wednesday for many of us around the world. We'll be live at 1 p.m. tomorrow, a couple of hours earlier than this, to start going through the US election and seeing if we can find some stuff to trade. Tomorrow morning, New Zealand, tomorrow morning, Singapore time, 5:45 a.m. It's 10:45 here. We've got the employment change and unemployment rate in New Zealand. I'll watch that with interest, but not a big market move, I wouldn't have thought, in the election going on. And as we go through the week, we get into some really big stuff. This election comes along, gives us some results. We've got Bank of England monetary policy. The Monetary Policy Committee votes. The FOMC statement comes out. Employment change in the US and non-farm employment change. Boy, it's going to be a big week towards the end of the week as it starts to unfold. Now, the charts, I think it's always a bit more difficult at this stage with the charts. We will have a look, but we are running into the big news of the year, and perhaps the big news of every 4 years. I'm not sure really at this stage there's anything more major for the currency market. Bitcoin, as you can see here, we've been through this now. This bar hit the range. We did try and pop outside it yesterday, but we closed back down on it. We're sitting back in it right now. And really, we look for me as if Bitcoin is now going to wait for the selection result before it does too much more. You could argue that Bitcoin's in a bit of a channel. And it's an upward channel, and you'd be completely right. Relevance of that really going forward right now, I don't think is all that high with the US election coming up. Nasdaq is in a bit of a channel, and it's a downward channel, and we'll just put the top on that for now. But again, I'm afraid that it's difficult to know exactly coming into the election. These markets aren't going to behave normally tomorrow, and they're preparing for that today. Look, last year in the election, when Trump was the winner, in the first few hours, we saw massive market moves one way, and then massive corrections the other way. And I'm talking about 300-400 pip moves on the euro, I think it was. And, we will, technically right now we'd be heading up for this level here, I would have thought, back to this horizontal level. That level looks like it could be a little bit lower to me. Technically, I'd say we were heading back to here and then perhaps looking to make a move down. But again, with the US election, I think, if you're looking for a trade, you can look to trade it back to the top here. But same thing really applies. Anything that takes you below to the bottom of today's bar, certainly the bottom of tomorrow's bar would be where we normally look, but even the bottom of today's bar, I'd start to get pretty bearish and start to head back down to those levels. S&P again has given us the low test, both of us yesterday. Just a bit of a buy and bay yesterday, have another crack to the top side today, and we'll watch that with a little bit of interest. I guess when we see the stock market's going up, one of the theories could be US dollar weakness, and we do have the euro just pausing at this technical level at this point. And again, I think, but it closed below this level on the 4-hourly chart, and it's still short for money for mine. But with the election, we could easily see a test of monthly pivot tomorrow. Not tradable for mine right now. Oil's come back up and tested this range. Gosh, and just starting to sell off this range. And if I got a 4-hour close below this range, I'll be prepared to have another crack at trading this back down. That's one trade that I might be prepared to take on a little bit before the election. That bar looks pretty promising. If we've got a close down here, then having a little bit of run back down to here before the election does seem a trade for me. I'll be taking my time with it, and I'll be keeping my risk reasonably low. Dollar yen really has done nothing today. Really has done nothing since we got this bar here. Just sitting around the same levels, and I think that's what we'll see pre-election. And gold, which, when you have a look at gold on the big picture, it's always good fun. And it just seems gold loves to do this. And what it does, it loves to go in ranges. And it's come out of this big move, and it's sort of set up that range there. And now it's gone, okay, well, that's been good fun. We will set up a new range here. And it's been playing around in that range for a while, Pretty much this bar here set it up. I've been sitting within that now ever since. And really, I expect we'll sit inside that range until the election tomorrow. Look, I'm sorry, there's not a lot of stuff I can do technically on charts today. The US election tomorrow is going to make a big difference. And we just need to be patient, get there, start and see as results come in what kind of picture we're going to see. And then I think we can start to make some good decisions. We'll be live tomorrow from 1 p.m. Singapore. And looking to get into this market and see if we can make some decisions. We'll see you there. I'll be in for that, and I'll be back on Thursday with a market update. I do expect as we get through the market Thursday, Friday, particularly early next week. I expect next week to see trend. And for now, I'm okay to just be patient and wait for that to turn up. Trade carefully, guys. Look after your capital. We'll see you back.